may be seated. Honorable Florence Bore, the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, Mr. Joseph Motari, Principal Secretary, State Department for Social Protection and Senior Citizens, Dr. Shaheen Nilofa, Country Representative, United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Mr. Walter Odhiambo, National Director, SOS Children's Villages, Kenya, Samuel Smith, President, Kenya Children's Assembly, representatives from religious institutions, leaders present, distinguished partners, all government officials present, learners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Happy International Day of Families. It gives me great pleasure to join you today as we mark the 30th anniversary of the International Day of Families. Before I proceed, receive greetings from our President, Dr. William Ruto, who passes his warm regards as we celebrate this critical and important aspect of our nation's prosperity. Our celebration today is as a result of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, Resolution 47-237 of September 20th, 1993, where it was proclaimed that May 15th shall be observed annually and globally as the International Day of Families. This annual observance of the Day of Families underscores the importance of family. Family is the bedrock of any society and the compass for human life. Families nurture, protect, and teach us all. Family further answers our human need for association and belonging, a place where we are accepted as we are, with our God-given abilities and uniqueness. Where would we be without our families? Thank God for families. We should count ourselves blessed if we come from a functional family. Many families today are broken. Separation and divorce rates have increased, and children are suffering from neglect and abuse, even within the family setup. Despite the importance of family in our society, it has come under serious attacks and threats in the recent past. This is due to socio-economic factors, media and technology, climate change, and alternative cultures that undermine the value of family. Learners, ladies and gentlemen, it is befitting that the United Nations selected the theme for this year to be climate change and impact on families' well-being. Climate change is no longer a conversation preserved for boardrooms, but a plain for all to see issue that demands immediate and urgent attention for each and every one of us. The theme of this celebration is both timely and necessary, as families are the biggest casualty of the extremes of climate change, threatening their well-being and prosperity. In some instances, generational wealth and fortunes have been destroyed, and also to add that it is mostly women and children who bear the brunt. Up until March last year, Kenya and the Horn of Africa experienced the worst drought in 40 years, where some regions missed rainfall for 4 consecutive seasons. The drought negatively impacted our agriculture, livestock, trade, and other aspects of the economy, with grave impact on families. This was later followed by heavy rainfall. We have seen flooding across the nation these last few weeks. These occurrences are attributed to climate change. In both cases of the drought and floods, families were displaced. Sadly, we have experienced destruction of homes, livestock, farms, farm produce, livelihoods, and critical infrastructure. Some lost their loved ones. Our hearts go out to those affected and wish them God's peace as they navigate this difficult time in their lives. We asked God to give us rain during the drought, and He answered our prayer. In this rainy season, we have asked God to give us enough rain, according to Psalm 65, verses 9 and 10, and I quote, "You care for the land and water it. You enrich it abundantly. The streams of God are filled with water to provide the people with grain, for so you have ordained it. You drench its furrows and levels its ridges. You soften it with showers and bless its crops." End of quote. Learners, ladies and gentlemen, indeed today is the ideal day to launch the National Policy and Family Promotion and Protection as we celebrate families in our nation and around the world. The first objective of today's conference is to create awareness and sensitize families on the role they play in the promotion, protection, and conservation of the environment, with emphasis on human activities such as deforestation and industrialization that have greatly contributed to the climate changes we are experiencing. Nobel laureate Professor Wangari Maathai once said, and I quote, "Today we are faced with a challenge that calls for a shift in our thinking so that humanity stops threatening its life support system. We are called to assist the earth in healing her wounds and in the process heal our own, indeed to embrace the whole of creation in all its diversity, beauty, and wonder. The generation that destroys the environment is not the generation that pays the price. That is the problem." End of quote. This quote by Professor Maathai places responsibility on the current generation to ensure that future generations find a better world to live in. The earth is all we have in common, and our families, present and future, need it for existence and survival. The second objective of this conference is to launch the National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection and enhance awareness of the role and importance of all stakeholders, including faith-based organizations, civil society, and other actors in its successful implementation. The genesis of peace and prosperity in our society starts with the family. Strengthening families is vital, both for the health of our nation and in ensuring a more socially just society, as envisioned in the Government of Kenya bottom-up economic transformation agenda better. The vision of the policy is to have, and I quote, "happy and stable families for a strong society." And the goal of the policy is to provide an environment that recognizes and facilitates family well-being and empowers families to participate in the socio-economic development of the country, end of quote. The National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection is built around the recognition of the family as an essential social unit and acknowledges the various educational, nurturing, and caring functions the family performs towards its members. It identifies issues facing families and provides broad implementation strategies which should enable families to make meaningful contributions to the country's development processes. The policy further builds from the National Positive Parenting Program that was launched last year during the International Day of Families celebrations. Positive parenting enables the full development of a child by using a nurturing, empowering, and nonviolent approach. We saw the benefits of positive parenting in the documentaries and presentations made here early today. And I want to thank our children for that performance. Learners, ladies and gentlemen, today's celebrations and the launch of the National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection is yet another show of commitment by the government to strengthening families across our nation. It demonstrates the government's recognition of the importance of family in our national fabric. I call upon all government actors, partners, and stakeholders to support the scaling up of the National Positive Parenting Program and the implementation of the National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection across all our 47 counties. Let us make our best efforts to promote, protect, and strengthen our families, because strong families make strong communities, which in turn make a strong nation. As the Canadian-American activist and retired actor Michael J. Fox once said, and I quote, "Family is not an important thing, it is everything," end of quote. With these few remarks, it is my singular honor to declare the National Policy on Family Promotion and Protection officially launched, to the prosperity of Kenya and to the glory of God. Thank you for your audience. God bless you. God bless the families of Kenya and the world. God bless Kenya. Thank you.